I'm JT Burcham. Welcome to People and Projects, 93.7 The Light, Hope 100.7, 88.3 in Newark. So nice to have you along. Today, I'm outside of my comfort zone. We are talking about pets and pet health with Dr. Kelly Fishman. We appreciate you being here, Dr. Kelly. She is a leader in veterinary sports medicine, also loves to help animals recover from traumatic injuries and surgery. Dr. Kelly, how you doing today?
I'm doing great, JT.
Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. I am not very good talking about pets, but I'm glad that you're extra good about it. So I appreciate it. I've got a couple dogs, a big German Shepherd, two German Shepherds, and a black lab, and I am concerned about them this cold season. Are they getting enough exercise? They
Yeah,
run all day long in the summer. In the wintertime, not so much. What should I be doing?
it's not just you. It's every dog owner. So, in the winter, we have shorter days, colder days. No one is getting outside. Our activity is decreasing. I'm not going for my walks, and neither is my dog.
Right.
And yeah, so what happens? They gain weight, just like us, or some of us, most of us. Our dogs gain weight too. They start to lose muscle because they're not as active. So they get kind of, I don't want to say flabbier, but a little flabbier. And then they're more prone to injury, and injuries are going to spike because the cold is making their joints and their muscles stiff, just like ours. So yeah, they you should be concerned because the most of the injuries that I see actually will spike in winter and then again in spring.
Nice. Now, you are also founder of Strut Animal Mobility Specialist. So you're helping all kinds of pets, but I think you specialize in canine. Yes.
Yeah, so my specialty as a veterinarian, so you wouldn't come to me if your dogs needed vaccines or if they needed any kind of emergency care or anything like that. So what I do is I focus on the physical body. So a dog that just had knee surgery or back surgery, I help them build strength and recover from the surgery, just like a human physical therapist would. And then I also specialize in keeping dogs strong and fit. And a lot of the dogs who come to me are what we call working dogs. And those are dogs that do agility, do conformation, hunting dogs. I have a lot of hunting dogs, dogs who do search and rescue work. So those animals have to be in peak physical performance and have great fitness, so they're strong and do their jobs well and don't get injured. So that's my specialty. And yes, I opened my own little business back in 2019.
Now, you talk about muscle. Muscle loss can happen kind of quietly and gently without us owners sometimes noticing. Is that true?
That's actually really true. And I'm glad you know that because most vets don't know that. So for a long time, we forgot about muscle and muscle health in dogs. We didn't really ever think about it. Like, like they walk outside, they run outside, they're fine. We don't have to think about it. But we came to realize that they did have issues building back muscle after injuries. So, for example, a knee injury, they had a really hard time building back muscle. So, we've actually, in the veterinary world, now have access to a lot of really good nutrition options to build that muscle back. And then also clinically proven things like fortotropin, which is something that I use a lot in my patients. It's found in Myos Pet. It has been proven to build muscle. So actually, it's one of the things I suggest to pet parents like you who may be a little bit nervous about their dogs, especially like a Labrador who may be predisposed to a cruciate injury, which is an ACL tear. Like I would tell you, why don't you start in the winter things that help to build and maintain muscle, like the Myos Pet. So when spring comes around, they are ready to kind of go fully into spring into summer without injury. So yeah, you're right. Muscle is something that we don't pay attention to. Most veterinarians and pet parents don't know about it. So yeah, spot on. That's right.
Yeah, well, I'm just reading your notes. Don't think I'm that smart, but I
You're
also
smart.
I also know that You actually offer and kind of suggest pet parents exercise with their pets a little bit. Yes?
100%. So this all is from a little bit from the agility world. So people who are already doing agility with their dogs, so they jump over the A-frames or they do leave pulls, everybody knows agility. Those dogs have to be in peak performance, right? So their pet parents have to do things that I'm doing with Simba in this video, which is actually a hip stretch, but I'll go ahead and start doing some push-ups with him. And it's a really good way to build muscle, not through just nutrition, but also through exercise and targeted strength movements and exercises, just like I would do if I was trying to build muscle. I would do plank or squats. Like we have our dogs do the same thing. And it's really easy to teach our pet parents.
Yeah, nice. Now, another thing I notice in your information is raw egg yolks. I am lucky. My dogs love eggs, and I live on a farm. So anytime I have an extra egg, I throw it down and they eat the whole egg, shell and all. Am I killing my dog?
No, that's great. We've realized that a lot of the benefits we get from eggs are especially found in the fertilized eggs. So fertilized
Okay.
like a farm egg, not the eggs that you get from the store. So
Yeah.
there's something really, really special about eating fertilized egg yolks that I think is really beneficial. It's not just the protein content. There's something about it that is helps to improve muscle and maintain muscle. We don't completely understand it, but it is a really special thing. And that's actually the supplement I was telling you about, that Myos Pet. That is what that is. That is a fertilized egg yolk process. A product for a fertilized egg yolk product that has been, like I said, proven to build muscle. And that's just what that is, just so much of it versus feeding your dog one egg. You have to kind of, to get them to the amounts that we need to build muscle, you really need a supplement that kind of concentrates it. And that's what that is. So it's like feeding your dog tons of fertilized egg yolks every day.
Nice. Nice. So my dogs are going to be okay.
He's going to be fine. It's really healthy. Yes. The only things, it's another tangent, but
Yeah.
eggs are a very healthy thing to feed.
Good. What are some of the things you do suggest in the wintertime? What can pet parents do in the wintertime? Maybe obviously exercise, feed them better. Any other wintertime tips? We're in the middle of snow and cold right now.
Me too. I'm in Pennsylvania, and I heard there's a big snowstorm coming.
I hear
But
that.
yeah, unfortunately. So you're right. You're already spot on. Exercises inside, doing things like dog squats, plank, push-ups. You can see videos on my Instagram. If anyone wants to look at that, please look on my Instagram. You could also do things like you said, nutrition, feeding dogs diets that are high in protein, using supplements. Like I said, the Myos Pet's great. I love feeding fish oil. That's a great one just for full body health and anti-inflammatory benefits. So you got the nutrition, you have the exercises, and then you could also do things like a warm up before you go outside and it's really cold. So what I would do, an example, if I take 3 to 5 minutes of continuous movement for my dog, and that would be something like doing the spine stretch I was showing you with Simba. You could also do things like having them do like little jumps or doing little, like just catching a ball for a few minutes. Getting their muscles and joints warmed up before you go outside would be something I would recommend to everybody who is going through this really cool time.
Yeah. Now, what are things? Let me see. The term was injury prevention. Injury prevention. What do you mean by that?
So I think what it is that a lot of people don't realize that their pets can have these injuries, and that they can get the same sprains and strains and back problems. And I think, first of all, knowing that happens, which most people do now, but then also realizing that you can do things before they have those injuries as an injury prevention. And what that would be something like doing the fitness routine I just talked about. actually doing exercises to build muscle in your dog that targets their core and back legs. So when they go outside and they do activity, they're stronger and they're more adaptable and more resilient. So injury prevention, just like an elite athlete, like a football player, would be doing fitness, doing cardiovascular exercises, the exact same stuff that they do.
Yeah. Talk about Kennedy and Lincoln.
All right, Kennedy and Lincoln. So this is a great story. So I worked with Kennedy and one of her other dogs before she got Lincoln, who was a pug. And what has happened is Kennedy, who is 11 years old, has qualified for the juniors at Westminster in conformation. So Westminster is a big dog show in New York City on the last week of January, early in February. They do agility dogs, they do conformation dogs, which Lincoln does. So Lincoln is a top Pekingese and Kennedy is a top junior handler. And they are a great dynamic duo and team that is going to Westminster. So Kennedy's really great. Everything I taught her, she does warm-ups with her dog in the hotel room. There's a great video on Instagram of her doing a little warm-up in a hotel, which is the dog running back and forth along a hallway. And yeah, she does little dog squats with him. So she does a lot of great fitness to keep him fit and ready for Westminster. And we're just wishing her all the luck and hope that she does great and they do great.
Yeah. Now, obviously pets are part of our family, and we appreciate all you do to help keep them safe and trim and healthy. Where can folks learn more? We only have 14 minutes here today. If folks want to keep up with you and learn more, where do you suggest they go?
So my social media is a great start. My little clinic is called Strut, and it's basically named after how a happy dog moves. So they strut. So Strut Animal is my website, Strut Animal on Instagram and Facebook. I'll just be posting a lot of blogs. I have a great content on my website. Everything that I talked about, all my supplement recommendations. If you didn't remember them or you're on the go, just visit my website, Strut Animal. I have a Dr. Kelly's Picks where they're all listed. And tune in to Westminster, which is coming up. Look for Lincoln and Kennedy.
Yeah, so cool. Well, we wish them well, and pretty exciting. Now, real quick, talk about your pets. Who's in your family?
So I have Nelson. Nelson is a senior cat, so he's about 12 years old. I try to do exercises with him, and he's not compliant at all. This is Nelson demonstrating arthritis pain.
Thank you.
Okay.
So what he's doing there is he's taking a cheat and going to the chair before going to the table. Yep. And that's a subtle sign of pain in cats. So he has arthritis. And you would never know because he doesn't limp around, but cats don't typically do that. They show their pain by changing their behavior instead.
Interesting. Dr. Kelly Fishman, I think we could do hours on end. You're fascinating. I love what you're doing. And, I take pets for granted so much. Thank you for the reminder that we got to keep our pets healthy.
Yeah.
I got farm animals. They run in the summer, but in the winter, I got to give them some more exercising. Thank you for the reminder.
Do some indoor ball play with them. It'll be great.
There we go.
Yeah.
Well, they run everywhere. So even in the winter, they run even when we let them in the house because it's too cold. So,
yeah.
Oh, well, that's my story. I probably need some pet psychiatry also, but that's another issue.
I don't do that.
You don't do that. Dr. Kelly Fishman, thank you so much, and have a great year. Thank you for sharing with us. One more time, that website?
strutanimal.com. And the other thing, if anyone has any questions, please reach out. I'm always happy to help where I can.
Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Bye.